This is a marbles machete. They're calling it the Brush Devil. It was around $22. I got this at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. 14.5 inch blade length, 19 3/4 inch overall length, listed as carbon steel. Alright, I believe the scales are polypropylene or some synthetic. They are pretty solid. 12.8 ounces in weight. Made in El Salvador. Right, all marbles machetes are made in El Salvador. And it was $22 at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Right, $22, definitely worth it. It did not come with a sheath, and I looked around for a sheath that would fit it. Haven't quite found one just the right size yet that's available. This would excel at clearing soft vegetation, light brush. You could chop some small branches with it, but it's really not a hatchet. This is light and fast. This has a cutting hook. Sorry for any wind noise. Wind is kicking up. This has a cutting hook which allows you to reach down and basically cut things at the base, or to reach up and cut like stems and so forth. YouTube, so this is the time in the video where I remind you that if you want to help out the channel, all you have to do is leave a comment, because that ups engagement, which then ups circulation, which lets new people find our awesome community on here. Let me roll in some footage of doing what machetes do, especially machetes like this. Alright, Brush Devil. You see that? Alright, so you see this branch is encroaching. Gotta trim it back. There it goes. It's encroaching on the wood pile. Know what I'm saying? So this is pretty good for this task. Here. Alright, we got one more branch to trim. Now my tripod is right here. That's where I film on the wood pile. So, yeah, this branch is scratching our back here. Alright, let's trim it. And there you go. Alright, so this is excellent for soft vegetation. Right, you see that? That's where it cut it cleanly. That cut it very cleanly. One more. There it was. Alright, so this is excellent for trimming back some soft vegetation. Yeah, just a little bit of yard work. Yeah, I actually have all the marbles machetes. I have what they used to call their devil tail, but I think they now call it their fireman shovel. But they used to call it the devil tail. And I have that one that's, it's what they call their parang, but it's basically kind of looks like a hockey stick rotated a little bit. Right, and they had like one that was tiger striped. But yeah, I just thought you'd enjoy seeing it, because there's a lot of people out there that want a budget machete just for yard work. So how does it compare to like a typical Imicasa, Tramontina, typical Latin machete? It's like slightly thicker. It's like slightly thicker and heavier. Can you throw this machete? Well, yeah, but you shouldn't, because the tip, it's just not meant for that, okay? So I wouldn't recommend that, but you could. Yeah, I mean, it's a thin machete, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to break going straight into a stump like this, but it could definitely break if it starts going to side, especially if the target is not as deep, right? So yeah, no, don't throw it, dude, no. Don't do that. Only in a crazy emergency would you do that. Most of your budget machetes, your typical Imicasa or your Nichols, they all come unsharpened. That's the big difference. Now, I sharpen machetes, but a lot of people just don't want to put in the time and effort, so that's the big benefit. That's why people will buy this, because it already comes with a sharp edge. Adios to 3. So there is the cut. This came pretty sharp. It definitely helps that it was sharp. There's some technique to it as well. I got a few more bottles. Here's a wider view of pretty much the same cut, but backed up the camera so you can see. Off with their heads. I'm liking this machete. I see there's a lot of glare, but there, now you can see it better.